Talk about mushrooms today.
Today's episode is going to be pronounced incorrectly.
Thank you for that. Because now I feel I can fucking say it the way I want to.
Say how you want. Reiki, reishi.
Reiki, rinchi, ranchi, wunchi, kachi, gunchi,
The ranchi, kakuchi, kachi.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Heal, Laugh, and Rise Up. I'm Jessie, your badass two-time cancer fighter, soul work mentor, and your favorite Latina.
Hi, and I'm Amber, a chemo nurse by day, caretaker to my husband by night, all while being a scrunchy mom.
We're here to talk all about our traumas and how we use them to grow, honey.
So grab your drink and let's get into today's miracle and shit show. Are there any mushrooms to keep these mosquitoes from biting us?
Let's look it up. I'm sure there's things that we can take that are healthy for you that mosquitoes don't want. I'm going to try anything to help me with anything, including mosquito bites.
Guys, we're sitting outside because if you haven't heard, our beautiful recording studio is outside.
This recording studio, I know we've talked about, asking people to forgive our audio, but honestly, I wish people, can you take a picture of us and post this? We're sitting outside under this beautiful tree, shaded area. We're sitting in this nice, loungy, what do you call it? Sofá? Un sofá? Un sofá?
Un sofá?
Un sofá en español.
Sofa. All right.
Before our baby wakes up. Hey, girl.
Picture. Okay. We're outside. It smells like mosquito repellent with my little snail. What is this called?
This is called ariolito.
It reminds you of this? You like the smell?
I like the smell. It reminds me of my childhood when we used to go to Tijuana.
Girl, I almost drank the microphone.
I was watching
I was getting a little thirsty.
I was watching you and I was like, see, you have the little mic, a mini mic in one hand and your coffee with the straw in the other, and you're about to put the mic in your mouth. Would have been great. But yeah, it reminds me of Tijuana. Ariolitos. They're like these little coils that you turn on. Oh, because they didn't sell them in the States. That's how the only place I knew them were in Mexico and Tijuana. So I don't know.
They look like this or they just smell like
exactly like that, and they smell like that, except this one has a little bit more of that what is that smell? Citronella?
Citronella, or
yes.
However you say it.
I think that's why I love incense, because I love incense. And I used to turn on my brother Milton also would turn on incense, and then when I met Alex, he's not a big incense fan, so I kind of stopped. But
what kind of incense? Like Palo Santo, or you would just go to the store and buy them?
Naga chop. I'm saying it wrong, but the Indian.
We're about to say everything wrong.
Everything I'm going to say, because we want to talk about mushrooms today.
Today's episode is going to be pronounced incorrectly.
Thank you for that. Because now I feel I can fucking say it the way I want to.
Say how you want. Reiki, reishi.
Reiki, rinchi, ranchi, wunchi, kachi, gunchi,
the ranchi, kakuchi, kachi.
But yeah, incense, my favorite incense is this one original Indian one. Is called Nagan Chop. Somebody correct me. And so now Alex, actually, he's pretty good about incense, and now he turns them on without me asking, which is really nice, because I really love the smell of incense, and I do love the fact that smells transport you places.
Yeah, they can.
I do sometimes turn on Palo Santo, which is just a piece of wood. And I had my cousins over, and I said, everything is about sensory and like being aware and opening all your senses. And it can be whatever for you. Yeah. It can be a cleanse, or it can just be for your house, because I have pets. And so it's nice to have a different smell other than your dog smell,
Wet dog.
Yeah. And I said, okay. So I did this one little test, and I said, just close your eyes and just smell this. I'm going to turn on this Palo Santo. Just close your eyes and tell me what it reminds you of. If it reminds you of something, don't think too hard. It's like, what's the first thing? And I think I did that to my sister too. And my sister Myrna was like, it reminds me of like when we would go camping, like campfires. And then I think somebody else said it reminds them when like their dad would do alumbrada. Alumbrada is when all the dads would sit up and drink beer and they, throw the log. So it's just really interesting to see what everybody's perspective, what that smell takes you. Yeah. But if you're not aware, and
Well,
you're
you
not
might
paying
just smell it and
attention.
move on.
Yes. And that's what I really love, like showing people how to be a little bit more intentional. And I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. And just
But the more you do it, the better you feel. So you know you're doing something right.
And the more you're sharing, like right now you turn this on for the mosquitoes, but it immediately like took me back.
Yeah.
To those times when we would go to Tijuana and it was fun and we were sleeping in the camper and I think my tia she's probably like, pobrecitos, you know, the mosquitoes are gonna eat them up. Like here's some incense.
I wonder if there's a mushroom you can eat that stops them.
Oh my gosh.
The smell repels them.
They say mushrooms are the answer to everything. The thing that we just sprayed, is it supposed to burn a little bit?
I think if you have a sore, it might burn.
Okay.
Why? You're burning?
Yeah, I am burning.
I'm on fire.
I'm looking at you to see if you're burning. You're not burning.
I'm not burning.
But maybe because I was scratching.
Oh.
And
maybe you're allergic.
No, I think where I was scratching, because I was scratching, then I poured that over it.
I think there's probably alcohol in that too.
Just drench me with everything, girl. Do you have tequila?
Yeah.
Just pour some tequila on
Pour some Tito's on you. Get some vodka out here.
So mushrooms.
Yeah. Mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. What are you drinking?
Well, let's see. I don't know if this is mushrooms. Ashwagandha and maca.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for you. I was taking maca root.
I was going to say maca is a root. It's not a mushroom. Root.
Yeah.
But ashwagandha, is that a mushroom?
No.
There's no mushrooms in my cup.
I thought it was a mushroom coffee. You ever had that mushroom coffee?
Yes, I have had mushroom coffee.
What do you think of it?
I love it.
It's pretty good.
But the one that I bought was very like Indian chai.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Flavor. And I love Indian chai. So if you don't like chai or Indian tea, then you might not like it.
Yeah.
The one I did was.
Because people think...
What is ashwagandha?
You know, that's a good question. I should know because I did know. I've taken it.
I know maca is a root. So drinking mocha cold brew plus adaptogens.
Does it actually have coffee in it?
Let's see. Ingredients. Oat milk, cold brew coffee.
Okay.
Dates, probably for the sweetness. Coconut MCT oil. Cacao extract. Himalayan pink salt. Gum akakakakaka.
That's real good for you, girl.
Acacia? I don't know how to say that one. I don't know what that is. It's probably a preservative. Ashwagandha, maca, rosemary extract, and baking soda.
Are you kidding me? Rosemary extract? I had no idea.
Maybe it'll keep the mosquitoes away.
Yeah, I think when you're trying to eat things that are healthier, maybe learn about different things like mushrooms, they come up with the mushroom coffee and people are expecting it to taste, because I also have had it. I think from you, actually.
Well, maybe I shared it with you.
You shared some. And it doesn't taste like coffee, so then people automatically get turned off, like, this is not coffee.
Oh, no, I don't think it's... So I've had mushroom coffee, though, and that tasted like coffee.
Okay.
And then I had I guess where my head went to when you asked, not mushroom coffee, but it's the coffee replacement. It's a mushroom drink replacement. And I think that's the one that I had.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. But there is mushroom coffee. I think they sell it at Sprouts.
And doing my research, a little bit of research, well, you can never stop doing research because it's just like...
Oh, no, and then it keeps changing.
Yeah, and then like you said, in the last episode, you said, I just haven't had a chance to do research.
Oh, no, I never have. I don't even know what ashwagandha is, but here I am.
Oh, yeah, it's a plant. It's a plant. I just looked it up. It's a plant. Una planta.
I've been drinking this coffee for 6 months. I don't know what the heck it is.
This one.
I just know maca is a root that's supposed to help you with your sex drive.
So it has a lot of good properties, and I've actually have had that in the past, and it's a burst of energy. You feel more
clear.
To be clear, I was banging like a damn bunny. I was like, I gotta stop this maca root. I'm not getting any damn sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having trouble, do your research and look. I'm not even kidding with you, Amber. I'm being truthful. Ask Alex. We both were taking it. But in my research, as I always try to do research with cancer and the cancer that I have. And one of the things that the reason why I stopped it said, because if you have a hormone-driven cancer, this is not a good thing to take.
Sex hormone.
Yes.
Specifically.
This is not something you should take. Yeah. So that's why I always tell everybody, just even if you start your research very basic in Google and then from there expand other places.
Yeah, start looking into, like, when you read one sentence, what does this word mean?
Yes.
And then look it up and try and relate it back to that sentence and how, the adaptogen you're looking up. Or
whatever. Or if you're diabetic, like maybe there's some mushrooms that, like, I think actually, I don't remember who it was. Somebody who had asked me, and I was talking about mushrooms and the benefits of certain mushrooms. And then that person, I believe, is taking medicine for diabetes, and that one particular mushroom was not recommended. So don't go buying mushrooms because we said mushrooms are good for you without looking.
Or don't do like I want to. I have all these mushrooms growing.
Oh, I know you want to go in the backyard. You're like, look at this mushroom.
I have them, so I get rid of them because I don't want the dogs to eat it or Mackenzie to like touch it and then put it in her mouth. So I'm like, can I eat this? Can I eat this one? What is this?
Well, you can probably take a picture of it.
Well, no, I've done that. I've done like the Google picture search.
Yeah.
And then it's like, could be this one, which is edible, or could be this one, which is poisonous. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, just throw them all out, go see a specialist.
I didn't really know that mushrooms have so many great properties until I started doing research after my first diagnosis and trying to figure out like what is good for my body. And like when you do, well, this is for me, I'm not speaking for people who are out there with a diagnosis, but for me, when I was diagnosed,
medical professionals in that sense, we do not know things. Nothing. We're not here to diagnose or
no
cure.
Sé nada for the Spanish people. Yo no sé nada. You don't. I'm not gonna. I don't know my. You don't even know my name. You don't know how to find me.
Oh my god.
But here's the thing. I'm like, what can I take to kill cancer cells? That's the first question. What can I do to kill cancer cells?
And the answer is killing free radicals.
Yes.
Which is antioxidants.
Thank you.
Super antioxidants.
Super antioxidants.
Which, let me just do my little 2-second spiel.
Please, go girl.
If you are on chemotherapy, the way chemotherapy works is it kills the cell by something with oxygen.
Okay.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Something, it has to do, let me think, because if I say this out loud, I could probably figure it out. Antioxidants takes the oxygen away. Antioxygen.
Yes.
Antioxidant.
Right.
With chemotherapy is the opposite of antioxidants. So
it's giving it oxygen?
Maybe.
Instead of removing the oxygen. I think so. Go on. So far, so good.
Then it doesn't make sense. So I know that when you're doing the chemo, you are not supposed to have antioxidants.
Yes.
Because now you're fighting what the chemo is trying to do for the cancer. However, there's a lot of research for ALA, alpha-lipoic acid.
Yes, I got to get back on that.
Glutathione.
I got to get on that.
Yeah. What did I just say? High dose vitamin C. So the reason it's high dose vitamin C is because you want to be at, and I'm getting it mixed up, and I can't use Google because I don't have access to it right now, but or I would look it up and just read it to you guys. At a high dose, you are now in an oxidative state.
Right.
I believe. Which is what the chemo is doing. So they work complementary. But if you're not doing high dose, then you're still in an antioxidant state. And you are fucking up what the chemo is trying to do. So if you're going to go that route and just do a bunch of antioxidants and do all this like drinking soursop tea and doing all this stuff for your cancer, then you shouldn't be doing the chemo. And if you're doing the chemo, you shouldn't be doing that.
I know.
But there are complementary ways of doing it. You have to talk to a specialist. But that's why your oncologist is just going to say, no, stay away from all that.
She told me no to all of that. Yes. I wanted to take the reishi mushroom, which is very good at inflammation and antioxidants and reducing cancer cells and doing all this. But like you said, there's certain things
there's a way you have to do it.
Yes. Because if you're doing it while you're on chemo, it's almost maybe like, could you say like it's combating like the chemo? Yeah. It's kind of blocking the chemo from doing its thing.
Exactly.
So,
but again, there's a way to do it. You just got to do it that way. So like vitamin C, alpha-lipoic acid, you can see a specialist, say, hey, you work with this. I'm doing it while on chemo. So they typically, and if you're seeing a doctor who's like, and you're doing it complementary and a doctor is not checking your blood sugar, go to a different doctor. They are able to make sure that it's being an oxidative dose, a therapeutic dose that's not going to mess with your chemo. And I'm sure there's ways to do it with mushrooms, but I'm not that specialist, so look into it. But it will mess with your blood sugar, and it will be a false high reading when you're at that oxidative state because of the antioxidant being a high dose. So that's one way to know that you're doing it properly and it's going to work with your chemo and not against your chemo. So definitely see a specialist, bring it up. But if you have someone just giving you shots and giving you oral pills and telling you, hey, take this, but they're not monitoring if it's actually getting you into an oxidative state or where that line is, high dose and regular dose. They're not figuring out where to draw that line. They're not doing it right. I don't trust it. You might be blocking your chemo at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's my little spiel when it comes to...
No, I think that's great because that's something that I learned during my journey, because what I was going to say earlier is when you get diagnosed, for me, when I got diagnosed, I just wanted to take anything that would kill my cancer.
Yeah.
Like anything. I don't care. If they tell me eat this piece of shit, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, but everyone does soursop, guanabana. I hear it a lot.
Guanabana and sour, it was the same thing, no? The same thing, yeah. And then you start telling people you have cancer, they're like, take this and get this.
Yeah.
But then...
they want to help you too.
I get it. But in that little bit of research and way of thinking, I started reading certain things that said that if you're doing chemo, this particular thing can actually block the chemo.
Yeah, and you don't want to block it.
And that's
going to go through all the havoc to do it.
Yeah, because you're already feeling really shitty, so you're going to do all this to try to kill the cancer, but you're actually blocking the chemo. So that's why it's really important to talk to your doctor, do your research, and people are going to tell you, drink this, drink that. And yeah, it probably works. So I actually, during treatment, I was already taking, after my first diagnosis, I started researching mushrooms, like lion's mane, which is really good for the brain, and certain other mushrooms. And when I got diagnosed again, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to take it. So I didn't take anything during treatment.
While you were on the chemo?
Yes, I didn't because of that same thing. Because even the doctor was like, only one multivitamin.
Yeah.
She didn't let me take, she says, she told me, what are you taking? And I said, elderberry, I'm taking this. I'm taking...
all these antioxidants.
And she said, no.
Yeah, but once your chemo stopped, we waited 3 weeks and we started you back up on it all.
Right.
Because they have cancer-killing properties, which I believe in.
Yes, and I believe in it too.
You just don't want to block the chemo if you're going to do the chemo.
Because it's important.
Tell us about your mushrooms. Tell me more and educate me, because like you said,
I'm going to try to educate you a little bit, and you can educate me on what you know.
Well, that was my only spiel for today, I think.
Okay.
I don't know anything, girl.
Well, lion's mane is...
Well, time out.
Yeah.
Adaptogen, mushroom. I'm thinking we're going to eat mushrooms and get high and go to Joshua Tree.
Yeah, that's a different kind of mushroom. That is a psychedelic. That's the mushrooms that have the psychedelic
Are we going to talk about any of those today?
We probably could in the future.
Okay. You know more about
I know a little bit about that. I actually am. I have a testimony to that. I think that one is going to be another little episode, honey. Okay.
I know nothing. I'm scared of it and I won't do it. But I would love to know more about it. So today we're talking about adaptogens, mushrooms that you can buy at the store. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them at Sprouts. But they might have some uplifting properties.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. But
I believe so.
Like kooky.
Huh?
They're not going to make me all
woo. No, none of these mushrooms.
I'm going to see colorful grays.
No. I definitely am.
Neon beige.
No, I am a true testimony of someone who has transformed their self in a different way because of the other mushrooms. And it is eye-opening, helped me with my anxiety. I am a true believer that that's the reason why my anxiety is the way it is. Because where I was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago is really dark and really bad. The thing is that there's so many things out there that are natural that are going to help you if you learn about them and you take them the correct way. What is the correct way? That's for you to figure out.
I think if you can still think clearly,
absolutely.
If you are still you and you're using things in a medicinal way, similar to... I don't think it's appropriate to take Vicodin and be high.
Yeah.
Maybe that's too high of a dose. Maybe that's not the right med for your pain. Mm-hmm. I'm talking big pharma. I'm talking grown in your backyard meds, like all of them. If it's not you, maybe that's not the right way. That's where I personally draw my line. But I know everyone's a little different.
Yeah, and that's great. I believe that everybody should see what their line is, what their way of thinking, because...
And it can change. We might change, I might adjust.
Yeah, and for you to think that way and live your life that way is great. And if somebody found this thing, if I'm sitting here outside and I see this one mushroom and I take it, and for its magical properties that it has that are natural, it can help me with thinking clear, being more alert, being more awake, being more loving, being more... open to learning new things. If it can take me there and it's natural, and I really do believe, honestly, in this journey of my healing everything that I'm trying to get better is, like we talked in our last episode about marijuana and giving it the respect. Like it's going to, like I said, it's going to give me what I want, what my body and my mind want from it. I'm not taking it to sit here and be like, I'm going to be all fucked up.
Yeah.
And I really do believe that mushrooms, in this journey of me learning about those special mushrooms, the reason why I haven't been open about it, because it's really a sacred thing that I've been going on this journey with these mushrooms.
That's nice.
And it is something that has helped me tap into like my ancestors, to the people that I've lost because of cancer, or like so many spiritual awakenings that I've had, because I do treat it with the respect, and I do treat it like a ceremony. I do have, and I would love to share all this. I would love to share what I do and how I partake in this plant medicine. I do a ritual, I do a praying, I do an intention. I don't just sit there and be like, I'm gonna watch TV. Like it's a ceremonial thing for me.
Good.
And
nice.
It has been transformative.
That alone, like you can be doing all that with a cup of chamomile tea, and I think would be so healing.
You do the same thing with all that plant medicine. That's all plant medicine. Chamomile, hierbabuena, all of that. And instead of just taking it the way we were kind of like taught, like drink this and you'll feel better. Like, no, why don't you sit there and like smell the tea and hold the tea and like really be present? And that's where my journey has taken me on the mushrooms. And I'm a testimony, and there's other people that I won't say who they are, but there's people that I know that also have had the same testimony to this plant medicine. And I don't want to say take this to cure your anxiety and your depression. What I want to say is, why don't we try to be a little bit open of what's out there? Yeah. I can sit here today and tell you that I have never seen colors or the shit movie, or like what people have experienced at raves. I've never experienced that.
Well, because you're not just dropping a molly.
Let's talk about adaptogens today. Right now I am taking a combination of 7 mushrooms on the daily.
And is it 7 different, or is it like a complex?
7 different mushrooms.
No, I know, but I mean, are you taking like 7 different jars?
No, it comes actually in one. It's all in one, which is really great. Yes, which is really great. So it's 7 mushrooms, and they all have different properties. There's the lion's mane, which is very good for brain activity and brain cell, reproducing the healthy cells in your brain.
Yeah, that was the first mushroom I put Michael on after his accident, because I needed help. Okay. I mean, I was on it already. Yeah. He didn't. I've been doing this for years, even before his accident.
The lion's mane?
Yeah. Okay. Well, quite a few non-psychedelic mushrooms, to be clear. But once that happened, like once his accident happened, I thought I need to help him as much as possible. Lion's mane was the first one I tried for him to help his memory.
And in powder form?
Yes, I would put it in smoothies because he wasn't eating at the time. Yeah. We were doing a lot of heavy, high caloric smoothies.
Yeah. What's really good for improving your nerve development, which for me, I can tell you that you're a nurse. My nerves in my brain are kind of because of the chemo, like, and they protect nerves from damage. The problem was when I started doing all this, because I'm like, I got to start taking this lion's mane. I started doing research, and all the stuff that I've been reading is really good. It's good for your brain, good for your memory, but I would forget to take it. So then how am I supposed to read? I'm buying this product to help me, but I don't remember. So then what do? What I do now is I put it somewhere where it's kind of in the way in the kitchen. So it's like right in the way. That's how I do my medicine. Yeah. So in the morning when I wake up, I'm like, oh, this is in the way. Let me take it. So I've been pretty consistent with it. Now, is it working? I don't know. When will I know? It's one of those things like I stopped taking it. I didn't do any of this when I was on chemo. I've been off of chemo for a little bit now, going on 8-9 months. And I started it not right away. So I haven't really been on it a long time, I guess. Does it hurt? Is there any side effects? Do I feel weird? No. So why not keep taking it, right? So that one has
Have you found any that made you feel more energetic, uplifted?
I think in the beginning, I was taking separately reishi mushroom, which helps reduce the inflammation and relieve muscle aches, is what I kind of started taking reishi mushroom. which is a beautiful mushroom. You guys should Google it. It's so beautiful. It's round and it's huge.
That's the one at the zoo.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
They have it at the zoo on the log.
Yeah.
I was like, is that real reishi mushrooms? And it grows on logs. And it helps also with stress and anxiety. And it helps to sleep. And that one, I felt more energized and more like maybe like a cup of coffee. I can describe it like awake. Yeah. I feel a little more awake. So I was taking the reishi mushroom. Now that and it's kind of difficult when I had the mushrooms, like you said, separately. Mm-hmm. And then I found this one product that has 7 of one of the best mushrooms.
What is the product? I'll put it in the link.
Oh, yes. So Paul Stamets, which is like the guru of mushrooms. There's a great documentary and a lot of stuff on him. This guy is just super amazing. So he has the Stamets, Stamets 7, which is 7 mushrooms. You can get it on their website, but you can also get it on Amazon. Alex and I are both taking that. And it says 2 half a teaspoons. Half a teaspoon has all the 7 mushrooms. Wow. 2 times a day or 3 times.
Nice.
Because of my
What do you do? Put it in water?
So here's the thing, which is very interesting. And let me tell you about perspective. I was putting it in water and I don't really like the taste of it. And mushrooms, people don't like the taste of mushrooms.
I don't. Dirt.
Like dirt. I love earthy, like the maca. You don't like that? Like maca?
No, I don't mind it.
Oh, yeah, you don't mind it. You're like me. I like it. I don't mind it, but I kind of like it now.
Oh, I don't know if I would say like I really like it or anything. I feel like you kind of like it.
I think I like it.
I just don't mind it.
You know why I think I like it more now? Because as I'm doing this research and knowing that mushrooms are good for you because they come from the ground and it's earth and all that and all the other things I can talk about, I feel like the taste of earth is grounding me and healing me because we came from dirt and we're going back to dirt. I don't know.
Dust to dust.
Thank you. Dust to dust, dirt to dirt. Reishi mushroom. There's also has cordyceps, which helps with kidneys from toxic drug diabetes complications. People had transplants, like a
kidney transplant.
Yes, it helps with that. It also helps. Am I getting bit?
Are you?
Yes, but I'm good. I'm alive. That just makes me, I can feel. It can help the body with oxygen, when you're exercising. Sometimes it's hard for you're the nurse when things open to get the oxygen flow.
Yeah, I don't know how it's helping, so I don't know how to answer that.
Oh yeah, but I know when you need the oxygen to flow in your body.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it helps with that, and it also has cancer fighting properties, and it could possibly help shrink tumors, especially lung and skin cancers. So a lot of these mushrooms help with inflammation, and I believe inflammation is one of the leading causes to a lot of diseases. And
inflammation is an issue.
Isn't it crazy how inflammation can really just kill you?
Yeah,
it can kill you. So I'm taking these mushrooms, these adaptogens. Are you in any mushrooms right now? Adaptogens? Lion's mane, are you still taking it?
Yeah, it's in mud water, and I still drink mud water.
Yeah, that has a few mushrooms, I believe.
Yeah. So when it comes to mushrooms, you like to listen to, who did you say? Paul
Stamets.
Stamets?
Yes.
Paul Stamets.
Yeah, he's great. I want to meet him in person. He's pretty knowledgeable. You get people that love and have passion for something, and they just learn so much, and they get so wrapped up in it, and whatever it is, that I feel like these are the people I want to be around. So I want to learn. Give me some mushrooms, and cheers to that, baby.
Cheers, baby.
As she drinks her mushroom tea.
No, there's no mushroom.
Oh no, that's not your mushroom coffee.
Yeah, it's my ashwagandha maca sex drink. You know what? Next episode, I'll do my best to tell my story, since everyone's been asking. We've all heard Jesse's story, but we haven't heard yours. And we'll get into it.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back to some more of this other medicine.
Yeah.
Ketamine, creatine. Hey guys, thank you so much for the love you guys have been giving us.
Why don't you guys like, follow, share with your comadre, your tío, your cousin, your friend. just hit that subscribe button.
See you next Tuesday.